everyone. Welcome to an all-new edition of The Take. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Diggs, here on this Thursday, December 7, 2018. Hey, don't forget to join in that conversation right here using the hashtag Take here on Connect TV. All right, let's get started with the big story. The big story this week is, former U.S. President, the 43rd President of the United States, has died. George H.W. Bush. He was 94 years old. We here at The Take in Connect TV want to send our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences to the family and friends of Bush. What a remarkable career. Let's take a look back at incredible life and legacy of George H.W. Bush's career. Watch this.
George Herbert Walker Bush, America's 41st president. Born June 12, 1924 in Milton, Massachusetts, one of 5 children. He was the son of a banker and a politician. He would later meet the love of his life, Barbara Pierce, at a Christmas dance. He was the first boy she would kiss. The following year, on his 18th birthday, George enlisted in the war, becoming the youngest pilot in the U.S. Navy. While overseas, George and Barbara would keep up their long-distance romance with love letters to his darling Bar. 2 years in on his 50th mission, he was shot down over the Pacific.
I knew if I wasn't rescued, I would be captured, and it was a harrowing experience.
But he was rescued, and he made it home to Barbara. He attended Yale. He was the captain and first baseman of the baseball team. He and Barbara would have 6 children, George, Jeb, Marvin, and Neil, and 2 daughters, Dorothy and Robin, who died of leukemia at the age of 3 in 1953. It was a loss that broke both of them.
He was very close.
I was very close to her.
She adored him.
What was it that pulled you back up on your feet afterwards?
He was very strong then. He was wonderful.
They had moved the family to Texas, where he ran a successful oil business. And then he would enter politics.
George Bush, the happy family man, is now George Bush, Republican candidate for the United States Senate.
He would later run for president in 1980.
That's why I want to be president. I need your help. That's why I think I will be.
But Ronald Reagan would win the nomination and the presidency. He would serve 8 years as his loyal vice president, and then he would run again. And he won as a moderate.
I want a kinder and gentler nation.
As president, when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, it was George H.W. Bush who pulled together a coalition of allies, launching Operation Desert Storm.
Kuwait is liberated. Iraq's army is defeated. Our military objectives are met.
But with the economy being tested, there was a promise he made 4 years earlier that would come back to haunt him when he ran for re-election.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
He would lose to Bill Clinton, and it stung, describing the loss to Diane Sawyer.
I just had a great feeling of letting down a lot of people that worked for me. You have this ghastly feeling you let them down, and then you get over it, and you go on with your life.
He would leave a letter for Bill Clinton, writing, "I never felt the loneliness some presidents have described. I wish your family well. Your success is now our country's success. I am rooting hard for you." He would later build an unlikely friendship, a bond with the man who beat him. Together with Bill Clinton, they would raise money for the victims of the tsunami and here at home after Katrina.
I think it sent a good sign across the country that you don't have, because you run against somebody, that doesn't make you an enemy.
After his presidency, George H.W. Bush would continue to endear himself to the American people, proving he was forever young, jumping from a plane on his birthday. He and Barbara were married 73 years, the longest of any president and first lady, and we would learn he was holding her hand until the very end. He bid farewell to his beloved Barbara, the Clintons, the Obamas, and First Lady Melania Trump by his side, and Barbara Bush revealing along the way how she would want her husband remembered.
He is the most decent, honorable, wonderful. Nobody's ever been as lucky as I've been. I want people to remember him as courageous. I want them to remember him as he is.
As he sat before his wife, there was sadness, but not fear, as he once told Diane.
I do think that you go to heaven, there is a heaven, and I don't fear it, though. When I was a little guy, I'd fear death. I'd worried about it, be scared. Not anymore.
What a remarkable career. George W. Bush, a true statesman in the United States, served as our nation's 43rd president, became CIA director in the 70s, and was an ambassador. So George W. Bush has done it all. He lived his life. He lived in his own terms. And, you know, today, he got buried today. So he's resting nearby. As you can see these pictures right here of these cartoons that George W. Bush finally made it to his wife, Barbara, who died 6 months prior to his death. And he was grieving. So he had to die from a broken heart. But he's reunited with his wife and his little daughter in heaven. Sails the skies. Well, let's look at these former presidents, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush's own son, who sent their condolences to people about their expressions. Look at these. All these took to Twitter. Even former President Donald Trump took to Twitter and wrote some nice, kind gestures about the 43rd president. Well, you know, George W. Bush was a true statesman, and he will always be in the hearts, and that's why their presidential library is so key and important. So, you know, George W. Bush will live on. All right. In celebrity news, on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Ellen's in the giving spirit, the Christmas spirit, I meant to say, and bringing back her 12 days of Christmas. Ellen brought celebrities such as j.lo and Julia Roberts to spread some cheer to the audience. Watch this.
You have a new clothing line. How's that going?
Great.
You're going to just give me the one-word answer?
Well, I'm just answering your questions.
Wait, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? You're not really good at this. I have another idea. We should do day 4 of 12 Dates of Giveaway.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Fit, and she's going to tell you all about it. And Jen, to make it interesting, why don't you do some squats while you tell us?
The Fitbit Versus Special Edition is a smartwatch that tracks your daily health and fitness goals. It's water resistant, includes on-screen workouts, and has Fitbit, so you can buy things right from your watch.
With thousands of apps and... Day 5 of 12 days.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. If the kids jingle bell, I love you, I'm telling you, be of the cheer.
Keurig has recently introduced the K-Caf Coffee House Brewer. This special edition single-serve coffee latte and cappuccino maker turns every house into a coffee house. Just brew, froth, enjoy. These are a lot of words using any of their K-Cup pods. It's available at Target, and you're all getting the special edition Keurig at seeing me in a state of undress. And she was pretty casual about it. Just stick to the script. Okay. They just want their gifts. Okay. They don't care about your feelings. Sorry, I haven't seen Ellen for a while, so I'm trying to catch up on television. Not a great idea. No.
Ellen DeGeneres giving away pillow mattress, pillow sets, TV sets, something with a dog can literally, you can literally see your dog on TV and you can give him a treat. Man, Ellen DeGeneres just giving away gifts left and right. Man, sign me up. Hey, Ellen giving away stuff. j.lo and Julia Roberts felt a little nervous, but hey, Ellen Ellen type got that kind of knack to, break that out of you and stuff. Make you stop feeling so unnervous about yourself. I like that about Ellen. All right, on talk shows. Model Tyra Banks appeared on Good Morning America to discuss her new movie, Life Size 2, that's appearing on Freeform, but she had to bring attention to Life Size, where she co-starred with a relatively clean, fresh, and sober Lindsay Lohan back in 2000. But watch this, what Tyra had to say.
Believe it?
Wow.
I believe it. It is insane.
So why now? Why was it the right time now to bring it back?
Well, I felt like if I waited any longer, I'd be like, Eve's great. Where she goes. So, but so many people have been asking for it. I've actually been working on it for 5 years.
That long.
There's been so many scripts and meetings and redos, and Eve was in San Diego. Eve had 10 accents in one. She was a Swedish person, but a black girl. There was all kind of stuff that we had, and finally we settled on this.
What was it like in the first movie? Lindsay Lohan was in the first movie,
Yes.
so can we expect an appearance from her in this?
There is some Lindsay going on in here. Yes, for the people that are obsessed with Lindsay Lohan, as I am from the first Life Size, I feel like she's a part of this, even though she couldn't do this sequel. So we made sure that there's moments in there that you'll see a little something.
Ooh, nice.
Tyra Banks trying to say, hey, hey, she trying to worry about Life Size too. So hey, Tyra Banks bringing that kooky, quirky stuff back to where she wants to promote Life Size 2 throughout Freeform and throughout ABC. So I be wondering sometimes, do Tyra Banks need a show back on ABC? Because they think about bringing Tamron Hall back. If that don't work out, I would tell them heavily consider bringing Tyra Banks back and have her own show. Because look at her, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's got the total package. I would be an ABC executive. I want to sign you to a TV company. Let's bring you back. They brought Queen Latifah back. Hell, it's inevitable that Tyra Banks gonna have a TV talk show back sooner rather than later. I'm telling you. Word from me. I'm telling you. Also, on The Real brought back A Different World's Jasmine Guy and Kareem Harrison on reminiscing about the good old days that was on A Different World. Take a look.
Did either of you take any souvenirs from the set? I'll start with you, Jasmine.
Okay, I don't know if y'all remember this, but in Whitley's room in the dorm, she had this set with the brush and the comb.
Yes.
It was silver with a mirror plated. And that phone,
yes,
it was a rotary phone, but it was very ornate.
Yes.
I took that.
You got it?
Yeah.
So smart. I remember that phone, yes.
And then in another dorm room, I think this is when Whitley was rooming with Jalisa.
Okay.
There was this Andy Warhol type Whitley.
Oh, yeah.
I got that too.
You got
You got
Yes,
that
in my
too.
garage.
That is great.
Yeah.
Kadeem,
In
did you
case
take
my
anything?
child wants it one day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So smart. Kadeem, did you take anything?
I took a few jackets that I kind of helped design.
Cool.
I took the glasses and then I got sick of them and gave them away to charity. Like,
Oh, you got
they
sick
go
of
for a
those
lot.
are iconic.
The Dwayne
know.
Wayne
I
glasses
gave
would
'em
probably
away.
be worth some dough.
but you know what I got? I got my saddlebag that I used to
Oh,
use.
yeah.
Yeah, I kept
remember
that. I
You
kept that.
Kadeem, we have something for you, the ladies at The Real. Please open that packet.
Oh, dude.
Stop.
Ah.
Stop.
Open it
away,
up.
buddy.
Come on.
That's awesome. So now you have, don't give those away.
Open, they're so fun. Hey.
Wow. They haven't aged one bit. Well, she kind of did, but she got varicose veins and stuff right here. And Kareem, he's not as skinny and lanky like he used to be. He looked like he had a bunch of ham and greens to feed his day. So, hey, everybody's over about 25 years, you kind of do see a difference. Oh, man. All right. Before we take our break, we want to remember Emmanuel Bradford. We talked about a little bit last week on the show. He had his funeral, and we want to send our thoughts and our prayers to the family and friends of Emmanuel Bradford Jr. Stay strong, because things are going to get better, and we here at Connect TV and the Tate want to see you rise above it and win. So this is the memory of EJ. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Celebrated through song.
To God be the glory.
And memories.
He was more than just a friend. He was always somebody you can call on. Everybody called EJ.
Reverend Jesse Jackson delivered Bradford Jr.'s eulogy.
As dark as it is right now, there's a brighter side somewhere.
While honoring EJ, Jackson called for a transparent investigation.
The burden that we have upon us today to fight this fight is heavy, and yet we can fight the fight.
A room of people remembering a young life while demanding justice.
Stop the violence. Save the children. Stop the violence. Save the children.
Welcome back to The Take. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you're here. Oh man. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Joining that conversation right here using the hashtag Take here on Connect TV. We also want to take mention to thank you before we shift gears. We want to thank you, the viewers out there, for making The Take last week's show up to the highest views thus this season. We thank you all for watching. We put out a great product, great videos, great content, and we thank you. We thank you very much for watching. Thank you. We're just getting the best is yet to come. Thank you. All right, let's shift gears from there to this. On the political rundown this week, former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen flips on the president. You see this clip right here. He's leaving court, and man, oh man, well, the president had to rant about this one, and you won't believe what he had to say about his former lawyer turn on. Watch this.
He was convicted of various things unrelated to us. He was given a fairly long jail sentence, and he's a weak person. And by being weak, unlike other people that you watch, he's a weak person, and what he's trying to do is get a reduced sentence. So he's lying about a project that everybody knew about. I mean, we were very open with it.
The president felt like Lauren was nothing. It's not like Cohen was saying that's what the president instructed him to do, but then we don't know yet what's going on. But Robert Mueller's still doing that investigation, so he will have an investigation soon. We don't know how soon it'll be, so keep tabs on that. Also, Trump wasn't the only person to roast somebody and roast them bad. Remember this?
Love gave me no love, and she lost. Too bad. Sorry about that, Mia.
Yes, remember he roasted Mia Love about losing her seat to Utah House, but it was still undecided at that time. But it turns out she won her seat, so she had a lot to say, and she clapped back with this.
Now, when President Trump took a jab at me because he thought that the race was over, and he lamented that I wouldn't ask him to come to the state of Utah, I was somewhat surprised at first. But with every decision I make, I have to ask myself again, at what cost? The president's behavior towards me made me wonder, what did he have to gain by saying such a thing about a fellow Republican? It was not really about asking him to do more, was it? Or was it something else? Well, Mr. President, we'll have to chat about that. However, this gave me a clear vision of his world as it is. No real relationships, just convenient transactions. That is an insufficient way to implement sincere service and policy.
Oh, wow. It's just like she's trying to say that the Republican Party is broke, is divided. And she said she would have to have a talk with the Donald. But hey, Donald Trump said what he wanted to say. He said you didn't embrace him enough. You didn't welcome him. You didn't embrace it. Embrace his philosophy. Well, she didn't have to embrace. She still won, Mr. President. So hey, you know, it's a war of words between these two people, these two Republicans. You know, some had choice words. Some just, you know, came out the punches and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want to do. So, oh man. Just don't know how this is going to be contested. Yeah. All right. And finally, the women in Donald Trump's life. His wife, First Lady Melania Trump, and his daughter, Ivanka. Let's start with Ivanka. Well, remember Ivanka had those emails, right? Well, Ivanka spoke to ABC News and finally cleared the air about those emails. Watch this.
All of my emails are stored and preserved. So there were no deletions. There is no attempt to hide. There's no equivalency to what my father's spoken about.
But your father hammered Hillary Clinton on this, said that it was criminal, she should be locked up. How is it wrong for her and not for you?
Well, there was classified information. She had a server set up with the intent to keep those emails outside of a system that had been organized for the purpose. In my case, all of my emails are on the White House server. There's no intent to circumvent. And there were mass deletions after a subpoena was issued. My emails have not been deleted, nor was there anything of substance, nothing confidential that was within them. So there's no connection between the two things.
Hey, Ivanka Trump said stop poking the bear. She said she had a right. She ain't like Hillary Clinton. And a lot of people are still making the notion that if Donald Trump is a hypocrite. Well, everybody's America's a hypocrite. That's how America works. Hypocrisy. There ain't no transparency. It's more hypocrisy than transparency. I'm telling you that. Just see for yourself. Just see for yourself one day. You know, like you criticize this person, like, oh, and then you turn around, you're gonna favor this person doing the same thing. So it's just totally the same ordeal. I'm telling you. Well, First Lady Melania Trump, the shift gears there. First Lady Melania Trump took shots at critics who criticized her about, remember last year she had a Christmas tree and she made it all white. Well, this year, she kind of blended it with green and all that, but she added red to it. And here what Melania, the First Lady, had to say.
So here you are talking about opioids, feasibly to several million people, not just here, but also will be broadcast throughout the Sinclair system, talking about opioids and getting the message out. And what is the media? I'm telling you, I can't believe this. What are they hung up on with the First Lady right now? The red Christmas trees in the White House. Now, I will tell you, on the flight over here, my wife said, I want a red Christmas tree in my house now, too. Are we kidding? This is what they worry about when lives could be saved.
We are in 21st century and everybody has a different taste. I think they look fantastic. I hope everybody will come over and visit it. In real life, they look even more beautiful, and you are all very welcome to visit the White House, the People's House.
See that? See that? Everyone's invited. The People's House.
Hey, Melania Trump saying, I'm sick and tired of y'all trying to tell me how to do my house. You know, White House is the people's house, but then they the people, but they don't live there. So it's just a totally different thing. Now these days, the new fad is to have a black Christmas tree. And you know what black Christmas trees are? You're long, you're wicked, and you're evil. And it might be despicable, who knows, but what does red mean? What's red means you're devilish. You like blood. You know, I heard about green about money, but hey, everybody want to switch things up a little bit. So hey, it is what it is, to each his own. All right, on the reality show clip now, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Housewife Eva Marcel sits down and have lunch with her mom about the guest list of her wedding. And things turn from bad from worse. Take a look.
Have you talked to any of my cousins or anybody that I invited to come to the wedding?
I have.
His family is the majority of the guest list.
Coming, I know.
There are 150 people coming. My part is 40 people, and that includes all close, immediate family and friends.
Well, I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because there's a few more I want to invite.
I know you want to invite like a zillion people to this wedding.
My thing is people that were very involved in your life, even if it wasn't so much support of you, but supported me and Dad through it.
You think that deserves an invitation to the wedding? I don't. It's expensive to a wedding, so every head is not like it's $100 more. It's like significantly more.
You're going to have the wedding regardless, so to have the extra 3 people is not going to increase the cost of the wedding.
It doesn't break down that way. I just don't want to feel bad.
Okay, I feel bad. You go on.
If someone feels bad on my wedding, it shouldn't be me. And this is what I mean. Then you get silent, and then it starts to make me feel bad.
It's not okay.
I ain't said nothing. I'm just looking.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Eva Pifford just kind of j.lo. Hey, she kind of looks ratchet in the inside, but she kind of looks flashy in the outside. So it's kind of like beauty meets, perception. So perception is reality in some cases. But Eva Pifford, she ain't gonna invite her mama. The mama trying to invite more people that she wants to be included. But Eva Pifford said, I don't hang around that crew. You know what? Just do it like this. If you don't like the people that you don't like, and they was family members to you, and they be me, Eva, and Pickford, you know what you can do? Just jot down a list. Jot down a list and say, and create like a Christmas tree list. Who's been nice? Who's been naughty? Nice, naughty, nice, naughty. And then you go, you kind of draw it down to, okay, well, this person right here, this person likes to steal. This person could, like to do other alternative things. Why work the hassle, Eva? Hey, just invite the public. Just say this. I know some of them want to be, what I mean. So, hey, some of them like to eat up food, and some of them just like to crash on in and just like, hey, be part of crashers. So, hey, you got that every wedding, so you can't control that. You can, but then again, it's going to be hard because people know people, and some people be like a little bit nervous and afraid. So, hey, deal with evil. Deal with it. You got this. You got this wedding. All you got to do is just create that nice list, and you good to go. You good to go. All right. On news this week, a Philadelphia woman walks into a beauty salon store, uses a can of hairspray, and burns this. Man, what are you doing? You got this can of hairspray. This can of hairspray, and you gonna burn the whole stove down with a lighter? Lady, what? Okay, if now that lets you know how she wants that so bad. She wants it bad that she would go to a beauty salon store, get something like this, and get a match and start burning things down. What's next? You're gonna be charged with arson. So come on now, the ramifications are not gonna be too kind to you, lady. You're using that, and then they looking for you. You know, you might as well just go and give up because they're gonna find you eventually. So you might as well go and get up with what you doing with this red little hairdo you got on, and they can spot you out. Man, I'm telling you, using hairspray. What is wrong with you? All right. Can we see a video of this, of someone made? Look, watch this.
Philadelphia police tonight want your help to identify a woman wanted in a bizarre incident in West Oak Lane. Take a look at this surveillance video. The woman was disgruntled customer at a convenience store on West 65th Avenue. She pulled a can of hairspray from her bag, igniting it with a lighter, then used it as a torch through an opening in the front counter, burning some items.
She didn't appear to be in any rush to stop. It looks like she was deliberately trying to set the fire and make it go ablaze. And afterwards, she doesn't even flee from the location right away. She actually just stands back and I believe leans against the wall in the establishment. So she wasn't even really in much of a rush to leave.
Fortunately, no one was injured in this incident. If you recognize this woman, contact police.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, boy, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my set the night on You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be
They kind of did a compilation of it and just wrapped it up in one. They did. All right. And finally, the viral video of the week. All right, heavyweight boxers Deontaywilder and Tysonfury had their boxing match, and it ended up in a draw, but some say it might be a part 2 down the road. Hopefully, yeah. But beforehand, they had a heated conversation that you would think something was about to go down. Watch this.
Hey, get your hand on my brother. You better get your hand on my brother. That's what you better do.
You guys stay back. We gotta take a picture. Stay back. Come on. I'm gonna knock your ass out. I promise you that. I promise you that. You talking about how your people been fighting for 200 years. My people been fighting for 400. My people been fighting for 400. That's still life. You think I'm gonna bring up in here? You think I'm scared?
You see how Deontaywilder was with those veins? He like his veins would pop up. He really wanted to do something to that dude. And that dude was standing right there looking like, come on, man, I'm ready for you. It's like Fast and Furious. You just don't know how far it's going to go. The fight could have happened at the weigh-in. It would have been like the Source Awards. Remember that? Oh! I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. See, that's why they say, have composure. Keep your composure ready because you don't know what's going to happen, man. You just don't know. Things can pop out in a minute and things can go out of hand and people start bringing their firearms and start bringing anything they can think of. Hey, he is. All right. That does it for the tape. I say this one more time. Thank you all for last week's episode where we was up 50 views. And, man, y'all, give y'all self a hand of applause. Give yourself a pat in the back. All right. That does it for the tape. We hope to see you next week. I have been your host, Ken Dick, saying so long.